The best weapon in Arc Raiders is not a gun, it is a car. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Bold statement, Sally. Care to back it up? Yes, I would love to. So today we're gonna kill every single Arc on the map using only a car. In total, there are 20 guns in Arc Raiders. Technically 21, but I'm convinced the Tempest blueprint doesn't exist, so we're gonna round down. They take different ammo, have varying strengths and ranges. There's even a sniper rifle, but unfortunately it turns out Arc has an even better one. Don't worry, I know a shortcut. It seems no matter how good your guns are, the robots have better ones. Any second, which got me thinking, what's something a Raider has that Arc doesn't? Besides the ability to pass a Turing test and being bipedal, the only thing I can come up with are these things. Thumbs. Today we're gonna use them and nothing else to destroy the robots. Our journey starts at the Blue Gate, a map that has more cars on it than an LA freeway and is home to one of the most valuable resources on the planet. Oil. This liquid gold is a key resource to doing one of the most reckless, time-consuming, and potentially devastating things I've ever attempted in this game. But even if you aren't dumb enough to try this, there's still some valuable information to be gleaned because oil is the main ingredient to the most deadly weapon in Arc Raiders, the wolfpack. And you're now watching the best loot run possible to craft them. Specifically, an entire loadout of them. No heals and no guns. Nothing but an augment and wolf packs, with 30 minutes on the clock and survival is the goal. In order to craft them, you need to find the blueprint, which isn't easy. I found mine a month ago on Spaceport, but I bet there's a few people in the comments who can tell you where they found theirs, and we can just crunch some numbers. Once you have it though, a completely different world opens up. Rocketeers are no longer scary. Instead, they're just a fly you can swat out of the sky with 2 of them, provided a tick doesn't jump on you as you're throwing it. Then you're dead and probably going viral on Twitter, Discord, and Reddit. But aside from the ticks, wolf packs are power, and we need to make a lot of it. Which is why yesterday I spent longer than I'd care to admit breaching and searching cars. And here's my guide to not spend forever breaching and searching cars. Spawn into Blue Gate, preferably during an electromagnetic storm or locked gate, as the loot is better. Make your way to Checkpoint. I know we said this was all about oil, but you're actually going to be looking for a few other things first because recycling exists. In the gas station, there are a series of lockers. You want to loot them because they have either coolant or a water pump, or maybe motor. Congratulations, you just found like 6 cans of oil. Next, ignore all those closed hoods you see on your way over to the other subset of buildings outside the gates. If you're a quick learner, you know where we're going. They too almost always have coolant, a water pump, or a motor, and yeah, you can recycle all of those into oil. It's worth noting too that even if they're looted, just check them. Most players miss or don't understand how valuable they actually are. Next, it's time to give our thumbs a workout and use our Raider tool to pry open every single car, bus, SUV, and whatever these things are. But you do have to keep your eyes and ears open because Arc like to attack when you're not looking. A bombardier will spawn in along with his spotter drones.
A bombardier, there.
Because practice makes perfect, throw 2 wolf packs at him, and then watch as he submits to your raw strength. Scurry over to the husk like you're competing for matriarch cores and loot him because he has a secret ingredient. I mean, all Arc do, but he has a lot of it. Obviously, you're going to take all those cells because they're pink and make a very satisfying noise. But what you really want are Arc motion cores and the Arc alloy that help you craft even more motion cores. If you're tight on space though, prioritize the motion cores as it takes 8 alloy to craft 1 motion core. You're probably overweight at this point, so waddle your over-encumbered self back to an exfil point, and just like that, you are done. That run got me 10 more wolf packs, bringing our total to more than I can carry into one raid, so it was time to go. Here's the part of the video where you place your bets on if this will even work. Despite the swarms of Rocketeers and Bombardiers, I spawned into Bird City. I did this for 3 specific reasons. First, I love ducks and wanted a familiar one. Second, this map felt like the one where I'd encounter the friendliest players because, as you already know, I don't have a gun. And third, there are a lot of roofs. Then I heard a bastion. The roof part is important though. See, wolf packs only work when you throw them into the air, and just like an accountant, that's where they excel. But use them inside and you're just throwing $5,000 against a wall, dying to a fireball, and gifting whoever finds you the most destructive outdoor loadout possible. Back to the bastion real quick. They have the most annoying screech in the game, constantly begging for attention, so I decided to give it to them when I noticed the first problem with my plan. I obviously couldn't square him up eye to eye because I would get f***ing obliterated, so I had to throw the wolf packs from cover. The first one incinerated a few unsuspecting wasps and made contact with the bastion, which was a good sign. The ones after that though, not so much. What I hadn't counted on was the open air roofs on the map to do anything other than provide excellent natural light for the fireballs, poppers, and ticks inside. Speaking of ticks, turns out there's another arc you need to be careful of when throwing a wolf pack, but more on that in a minute. I had a choice. I could either burn through all my wolf packs trying to kill 10 HP ticks inside of buildings, or return to something I had found about 90 seconds earlier. Despite not wanting to go into buildings, the loot goblin in me had been curious, so I opened a drawer right after spawn with a heal and fabric in it.
Found a spot.
I didn't have any inventory space at the time, but since I just wasted like $15,000 worth of explosives, I now had room, so I went back to get him while also trying to let the lobby know I wasn't a threat. Hey, how's it going? You can loot this spot. I'm doing something dumb. I mean, all I have is wolf packs in my inventory, so.
Is that you? Wolfpack?
Yeah.
What are you trying to kill, Art?
I'm trying to stay alive for the entire raid using only wolf packs.
Is it an achievement or something?
I wish. No. Just some dumb experiment I'm running. Oh, here's some more. Turns out I accidentally completed a challenge, but I guess back to wolf packs. For the first 5 minutes, I was in absolute survival mode. I didn't really know what to expect, how many arc would show up at a given time, or if my lobby luck would hold, so I was pretty frugal with my nades. My brain was permanently locked in fight or flight, so I'd honestly forgotten that the majority of these players were out hoovering up duck goop, so I started looting for some as well. While it's a really small sample size, I gotta say, it feels like either people are getting so efficient at finding these things, or the spawn rate for the rare ducks got turned down, but after 18 chimneys, I finally got one. Then a leaper showed up. While I don't have as much health as a rocketeer and their fighting style is like more Mortal Kombat, they can still absolutely ruin your day. So I let a wolfpack fly and noticed the second issue with this map. Wolfpacks work on a line of sight. The alleys were so tight that I had to be pretty much on top of this guy in order to kill him, which in actuality wasn't that hard. And then I remembered a video I saw on Twitter. Now, I've never actually wielded a leaper core before, but I found this clip of a guy who pulled it out on Stella and just watch, it's hilarious. Yeah, I wanted to try that. And thanks to the random spawn rate of leaper cores, I was going to be able to try it twice. My arm was a little bit tired, but I saw a bombardier and I wanted to give it a go. This is a little embarrassing, and you should take it as a sign of vulnerability that I would even show you this. But when I threw it, I was kind of expecting it to bounce. And now we know that leaper cores don't bounce. Lesson learned. I tried it again with better aim and was expecting some massive explosion, and instead all I got was 58 damage. Anyway, time for 2 more wolf packs in an attempt to get a hired gun.
GG's, Raider.
GG's, Raider. Still have a few more in my inventory.
Like oil?
Not on me. Blue gate, lock gate event. That'll be the quickest way.
Right to the checkpoint area?
Right at the checkpoint area, yeah. I hope he sees this video. We actually met up much later in the raid too, when I apparently bailed him out of some trouble he had again found himself in, because he loves loot.
Thanks, Raider.
You're welcome, my friend. Told you I had a few more wolf packs. Find any of that oil yet?
No. It's about time to get out of here.
Oh, I'm gonna ride all the way off into the sunset. I got a raider key if you want to come with me.
Really?
Yeah. Surprisingly, he didn't want to join my suicide mission, so I was gonna end this raid solo. The rocketeer's about to come over here, by the way. Oh, just kidding, he's dead. I was feeling pretty good at this point, and instead of cowering in fear, I was ready to try and rack up as much damage as possible. What I didn't know was that it would almost cost me my life. Any snitch or wasp that came my way got the business end of my homing missiles, and I even PR'd my damage for damage done to wasps, so that was sick. But I still wanted to try and wait for last exfil. Rocketeers, bombardiers, and leapers were cannon fodder at this point.
Hey man, this ain't my kill, you can have it.
Oh, it's all good. I'm just around here throwing wolf packs. And surprisingly, the hardest kill was a hornet. I just destroyed a bomby boy in 2 throws. You can't see him because I just kind of assumed he was there and followed the wolf packs. Somehow this hornet had survived, although just barely, and was trying to get his revenge. Then it all went wrong. Normally, I just shoot them with a gun. Obviously, I didn't have one of those, so I let a wolf pack fly, and that's when the hornet charged and went full kamikaze. Oh my god. This would have been the most embarrassing video ever. Guess you watched the videos too? I still had a few wolf packs to spare, but with 30 seconds left, I made my way to final exfil. Found a raider who could have used a few of those wolf packs and got out of there just in the nick of time. So it turns out you can actually survive with just wolf packs. They don't work on the Metro, by the way. And that achievement, exfil with like no time left. And because I know all the stats nerds will want to see my round totals, here you go. Let me know what dumb thing I should try next.